I'm currently travelling through Central America. Previously, I spent a week on Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, taking in all of its beaches, cenotes, bars, and Mayan ruins. I also found time to crash a moped and take my passport into the sea. Over the next 2 episodes, I'm going to show you my real experience of travelling through Belize and Guatemala, 2 countries infamously associated with violence, corruption, drugs, and civil wars. But if I learn anything from these next 2 weeks, it's that the world is in a much better place than we think it is. I'll meet people, both rich and poor, who are trying to help their communities break free of their dark pasts, whilst also continuing to experience the natural gems of these countries. But for now, we continue with the latter as we wander further south in paradise, to Caye Caulker, but first a quick stop at Bacalao Lagoon, near the Belize border.
Oh wow.
Everyone comes out.
Wow. Wow. He has put us to shame.
Failed at the Rope Olympics, but it is what it is. Come back stronger.
What do you think of Lake Butterfly?
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, the bottom's a bit fudgy, to be honest with you. Just showing everyone what they're standing on. Yeah.
So it's now become a running joke that I get my food last, and guess what's happened again?
You're gonna have my fork in a second.
We then drove half an hour south to the Belize border, where luckily I got through despite having a water damage passport, and then headed 2 hours to Belize City.
And excited to be in Belize?
Oh yes. Hey.
There's the bit.
Oh.
So Belize City is definitely not a place you want to be spending your time, with high homicide rates and gang violence. So we took a ferry to Caye Caulker, which has the longest alive barrier reef in the world beneath its waters.
So we come to get the local fried jacks. What actually is it?
So fried jack is like a tortilla that's been deep fried and filled with really great breakfast foods like eggs and beans and cheese. What do you think?
Good. Yeah. The bread, is it bread? It's very nice. Moist as well, it's not dry.
As you'd expect, one of the most popular things to do on the island was to go and check out the Barrier Reef. It was an expensive day, but it was probably the one we were looking forward to the most of the trip.
Excited?
I mean, turn the camera to the view. That is incredible. I'm so excited for today.
My name is Ish. I'm the captain of the boat. Alright, that is Alex right there. Alright, we're the 3 crew members for the next few hours. The whole Barrier Reef, it's 185 miles long from north to south.
So the Belize Barrier Reef is just one of 2 living organisms that can actually be seen from space. It is rated in the top 10 places to dive on the planet, with 500 different species of fish, octopuses, whale sharks, and the upside down jellyfish. It's also home to 3 endangered species, including the sea turtle, which we saw. However, it will come as no surprise that coral bleaching has doubled in the last 3 years. This is not only a significant environmental impact, but it also heavily affects the local population, with 38% of the country's GDP coming from tourism and 50,000 people being employed in the sector. Belize is doing what it can to protect its greatest natural asset, And although this might cause financial hardship in the short term, it will actually increase the sustainability in the long run. Not much happened when we returned to the island after snorkelling because I fell asleep in bed at 6 p.m, but luckily that gave me the full next day to explore the rest of Caye Caulker Island, which we hadn't had time to do in the previous days. But first, a quick geography lesson. This is the North Island, which is much bigger but way less populated. This is the South Island, which we were staying on and where the majority of the people live. And this is the split, a tiny natural break in between both the islands. And so our mission for today was to hire kayaks and go across the split to check out the North Island, which we hadn't been to yet. So the island is famously associated with its motto of "Go slow," which is fun to experience for a few days. But after a while it becomes obvious that the population living there just really use it as an excuse to be lazy.
Here?
The final thing we did on the island was to go and see the daily Stingray Feeding, which happens at 5 p.m.
Oh, it's got no tail.
Where's it gone? Shark's eating it.
Oh,
What does it feel like?
oh, so bizarre. It's like, I don't know, I don't know how to describe it. It's like mixed between rubber and sandpaper. Oh my god.
Yeah, how weird. So lightweight as well.
So cool.
So that was our time over in Caye Caulker, and overall I'd really recommend it. It's an island like no other, and its go slow lifestyle has become world famous. So we left Caye Caulker behind and got the ferry back to Belize City, where we started a mammoth journey 3.5 hours across the entirety of Belize to the town of San Ignacio. So we've arrived at our hotel in San Ignacio, and well, this'll do. It's got 2 pools, so we're just going to spend the day, 2 days here relaxing really. I've never heard of it before, I've got no expectations for San Ignacio, so we're going to head into town this afternoon and see what's here basically. So yeah, looking forward to it. In reality, I couldn't have been more wrong. San Ignacio was, in fact, the first place I'd start to uncover the local lifestyle of Central America, away from its pristine beaches and tourist bubbles. This started with a spontaneous trip to the local market.
So we've come to the San Ignacio Market, which is very busy. It happens every Saturday apparently, so we've come on the right day. And it sells, yeah, loads of traditional foods and crafts and stuff. So yeah, let's go and have a look around. Is this market good?
Yeah.
These are all handmade. Wow. How long does it take you to make one item?
Like this, you could see these small pieces here. On this piece, I spent about 2 hours and 30 minutes. 2 hours.
2 hours. Wow.
Because it's so small, I cannot rush it. I cannot take the dreaming and rush it. If I rush it, break it.
How many Belize is that an hour then? He earns 10 Belize an hour, which is 50 cent American cent an hour. It's about 30p an hour he earns just from doing that. And he has to sell them as well. You roll it into a ball. and then fry it in the pan. What's it taste like?
Beans and rice.
Beans and rice.
Beans and cheese.
Is it good though? How many people have had the vaccine in Belize?
Today in all Belize, well, most of the country, like the 83% of the population have gotten it.
Oh wow. Oh, 83, that's quite good.
But our numbers have been way down. Just 1 case a day. So
Oh wow. To be fair, it all does look very clean. There's no flies or anything, is there? Oh, are these the US school bus ones?
Yeah, these are all US school buses.
Ah, right. What are they called? Chicken bus. It's a chicken bus.
Oh, yeah.
We were then recommended a trip to the local Iguana Sanctuary, a charity aiming to save injured iguanas from poachers, set up by a richer man.
You know, but we got a total of 11 iguanas in this enclosure we're gonna go into right now. It's not normal for iguanas to be so calm, so relaxed with few people. You know, you get close to one of these guys, they run very fast away from you. These guys in here on a very hot day where they are very playful, they sometimes would even jump on people's head, you know.
Ah, it's on my head. Oh.
What people tend to do with these iguanas, they shoot them off the trees with slingshots. And they go home and they cook them up. They make a stew, they make a barbecue, they eat them. They're actually doing something very terrible, where they're not giving the species any time to reproduce. And that is why this conservation project is here. And that's why it's been here since 1996.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Guys, you just stick your hand in there, they'll climb up to you, they'll go up your head.
Sabi's got several.
Oh my God, Sally. Oh my God, Sally.
Oh my god.
Is it on the GoPro?
Yeah. The GoPro.
I didn't know where
It's on your right shoulder.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh my
What does it feel like?
You got Sally.
Kind of rough.
Is the claw sharp?
Oh my.
For the past 25 years, we've been rescuing iguanas, rehabilitating iguanas, trying to repopulate the numbers, and education. You guys, I'm grateful for everybody that comes around. The entrance fee you pay goes back to my facility. Entrance fees, donations, that's it. You know, so I do thank you guys for stopping by.
So overall, I've really enjoyed my time in Belize. We've only spent 4 nights here, but we've crammed loads in. I've seen so much wildlife, like sharks, turtles, iguanas that I've never seen before.
So Belize really did take me by surprise. I expected to stay in the hotel for the majority of the time due to safety issues, but I'm so glad we met so many genuine people who strive to better themselves and their communities. But this brief stay in Belize is only a taster for my 2 weeks in Guatemala. Coming next, I take a deep dive into Guatemalan life, starting at one of their national treasures, the hidden city of Tikal.
We would like to welcome you to Tikal.
The jungle is just endless. It goes for miles and miles and miles into the distance.
I see what daily life is like at a family homestay.
Is it the first time you do a tortilla?
This is the first time I do a tortilla.
I can tell.
And it was kind of like a bush tucker trial because there was about 5 spiders all staring me down.
And visit a plethora of local community projects.
Because our mission here is to donate trees to indigenous communities.
I also see firsthand the massive rich-poor divide at the largest market in the country.
It's definitely overwhelming. I don't think I've really experienced chaos like this before.
And of course, see all of the natural gems. At Central America's answer to the Amazon,
I'm gonna just keep going on about it, but it is just so peaceful here.
taking in the views of Lake Atitlan. And of course, one of the highlights of the entire trip, climbing 4,000 meters up an active volcano.
And it is absolutely beautiful. Just look at this.